Hi there Capricorn, how are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome to your weekly reading. Back with me again, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. For those of you who are new to my channel, hello. And for those of you who have been here a long time, welcome back. Two of Wands, and then you also have the Seven of Wands in here. That's very interesting. And also the King of Pentacles. That's beautiful. Look at the challenges. So don't forget to check your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign, guys. And we're going to be doing a pick a card reading by the end of the session. And we're still going to be doing the two people scenarios, and that's going to be the second session of the reading, all right? So let's talk now. Capricorn, you have a King of Pentacles, and a typical Capricorn style who are very reliable, trustworthy, and always wanting to think about what a stable and secure future is going to look like. It's not surprising for me for you guys to have that King of Pentacles in there. But then next to it, you have a Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands in this particular relationship deck of mine is a bit different than the traditional right away tarot is, because he just kind of like ruined the Six of Wands and he's rebuilding things. So I feel that in terms of your relationship, whether you guys are already in a relationship with somebody, or you're dating, or you're single, or what have you, you kind of like feel the need to change a certain type of ways. And you have no problem at all of kind of like destroying a habit, or destroying a rituals, destroying a pattern of the relationship, so that you guys could be like the King of Pentacles, having this relationship that is very, very secure and stable in the long run. King of Pentacles is also somebody who is very, very smart in their decision-making process, because they know that they are very good with themselves. So you know that you guys have a value, and then you're not willing to compromise that value of yours. So that is really, really beautiful. And I could also see that there's like a lot of people who are envious of you, and this is not just applies to your relationship reading in general, but there's like a lot of people who are envious of you. But this week, though, it's going to be a very, very beautiful week for you to communicate. And then you're going to get like a lot of information to support your decision-making process here. So your person, if you guys are dealing with one person, your person feels that this relationship was like a blessings in disguise. Because they feel that this was either very karmic-ish, or it was very soulmate type of relationship. It's very twin flame-ish, but they kind of like feel that there is a universal or divine working behind the scenes that kind of like led them to you. If this is a relationship that has been happening for a very, very long time, and you have like a long history with this person, you know, this person in the past was like the Five of Cups in reverse. So Five of Cups is like this, right? They're kind of like a little bit pessimistic of the relationship, as you can see. But it's very different in a traditional right-away tarot, because this person is still holding the Two Cups. Two Cups means emotions, love. So in the past, they were kind of like in ways of, it was a bit like an ultimatum. You do this one more time, I'm going to be dropping this Two of Cups. But now, I mean, in the past, they're already no longer in that sense. So if it's like a relationship that has been going on for a long time, they kind of like feel the love fueling again. But in the past, you guys were no longer given, or you were no longer putting as much effort or energy into this relationship as much as you guys did way, way back in the past. And why is that so? Is because you're like the Page of Swords in reverse. You probably feel that this relationship is fucking you up mentally, and then you kind of like have to stand in a certain intellectual standpoint for you to not get bothered by it a lot. It's very, very Pentacles from your side. Page of Pentacles, you know, this person is like, well, this is my value. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be giving you this or not. This is you. You might be dealing with a Gemini. You might be dealing with an Earth sign too. And you might be dealing with an air sign, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. That's kind of like the signs that is showing up in the now. Let's see what happens in the future, in the now. Oh, and you also might be dealing with a water sign. So Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. That means 5 cards in the now. 10 of Cups. This person loves you very much, though. When it comes from an emotional feels, not so much of a want feel, so it's not passion, it's just like love. Because your love and your attention, every time it gets great, when things are great, they feel that it's very good for their self-esteem somewhat. But you, I don't know, like you kind of like grow impatience with this person. Yeah, see? They're like the Two of Pentacles. They're kind of like quite unsure how to read you. They kind of like not wanting to care a lot about it, but then the love is really strong. And that kind of like gives them like a lot of nightmares in the night because they're overthinking about this relationship. I think if this is like a relationship that has been going on for quite a while, you guys were hurt, and that is why it's very difficult for you to trust them again. Or maybe they betrayed you in some ways or what have you, but it's just so difficult for you to trust them again. And they're kind of like, because they feel like the Ten of Cups, they love the family feeling. They love how the relationship builds up their self-esteem and it makes them feel great. So they will be doing all ways possible to rebuild this relationship again. They're kind of like ready to fight for you here, Capricorn. But you just guys are kind of like growing impatience. For some of you, though, you might be dealing with somebody who has so many people in their lives. It could be they have their own children, or they have like a lot of family, and then you kind of like want to enjoy a relationship just with them, but then there's like a lot of like outsiders into the relationship. That might be the case as well. And then also the Ten of Cups in here, as you can see, there's like a symbolism of like the phases of the moon, and the moon changes signs every 2.5 days. So you also feel that whoever it is that you're dealing with, they're moody and you don't want to deal with their moodiness. That means 5 cards in the future. I like to ask questions in my native language. Full card. Oh wow, they're taking a giant leap of faith towards you though. Look at how they're jumping, following the moon there. It's like they're not afraid to when we're back people, when we chase people, there are some people who feel that it's going to ruin their pride or it's going to ruin their ego. They don't care. Like they love you very much. They're wow. This is actually very good. Four of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. You're not giving them any light of the day. You might be dealing with a fire sign too, though. Like Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. So, I don't know, like, you feel that they're not, I mean, like, you're in the energy of King of Pentacles, right? And the exact good match for King of Pentacles would be the Queen of Pentacles, because has this similar quality with the King of Pentacles. And it's just that you feel you feel that this person is way too emotional, way too moody, or way too reckless and impulsive in their decision-making process. And you feel that this person wants you in the now, but doesn't really want to think of what can we do to... It's not somebody who likes to think long, you know what I mean? Whereas you're much more in the energy of like the Three of Pentacles, so you feel that you're the more mature one in this relationship. You feel that you always need to come up with a concept or an idea on how to work out your differences together. And if you guys are dealing with one person, you're still going to be feeling torn by the end of this week in whether you want to exercise like a lot of your patience to explain things to this person and to build plans and concept, or whether you want to kind of like let it go, because you're getting even more stingier here. You know, you have a Four of Pentacles, so you're starting to feel that, wow, like I'm a little bit too much for you. I have this quality, this unique quality that I have about myself that I would not give it to just ordinary people. You're afraid of being taken advantages of. And I can't help but to think, because all of these pentacle things here, it could also indicate like a little bit of a financial problems. You're also being very, very protective of your financial security here. And that's also one of the leading factor of why you're growing skeptic of this relationship. But this person does loves you a lot, Capricorn, but it's just that their energy is very different. It's very watery and with a little bit of a fire. So it's very moody, it's very sensitive, it's very nurturing, it's very intuitive. But also at the same time, very reckless. They believe 100% of this connection. And it started even way back in the past. They just believed that this was meant to be. They believed that this was something. So yeah, so that is it if you guys are only taking one person. Because this is a general reading, so it's not a one size fit all. I would recommend you to go to the pick a card reading for either advice or the more in depth of the future. So I'm going to be putting the timestamp over here. Anyway, now let's move forward to the two people scenario. So, meaning that if you guys are only doing one person, your reading ends now. All right. So person A is just somebody who I think you've been dealing for quite a while, and then with this person, you're even in the past, you're no longer wanting to give anything to this person, right? You were generous with them, but now like, nah, I don't want to do it anymore. This person is the very, very sentimental, emotional, nurturing, and who loves you because they believe in something bigger than love. They feel that this is something that is meant to be. It was very divinely guided. It was something like that. So this person really believe in that. It's like you're the Adam and they're the Eve, or whatever. It's just like that type of relationship that they believe in. And with this person, you grow a lot impatient. It just, I don't know, it's just like everything pisses you off. Is that you feel that this person is bringing such instability towards your life. I'm sorry, guys. I just need to make sure that I'm still recording. Okay. They bring such instabilities in your life, and they're just kind of like messing up with your energy shield or whatever. And then in the future, they're still going to take a giant leap of faith towards this relationship. They believe. They really believe. Like, I can't tell you how much they really believe. I mean, look at this. And this goes, I mean, if you've been watching the one person scenarios, this was the card. They believe. But I feel that in the future, you just don't want it. I mean, you have a 10 of Wands in reverse. You just don't want that. Because you feel that a relationship with them would be such a tremendous hard work. And there's so many things that has to be done for this relationship to work, and you're just not wanting to do that. So that's person A. Person B is somebody who just went out. Either from, I mean, if you talk to them, they would have a story about how their past love relationship was like, or it was somebody who came out of abusive situations, either emotionally, physically, or verbally, or something like that. But they were in a state where maybe a few years back where they were a little bit depressed and they were going through a lot in their life. With this person, because you're a skeptic about love, you stalk them. You try to find a lot of information about them. You've probably been very straightforward with them. Like, you're asking them like how much they make in a month, or like you ask all these questions and you're trying to find as much information as possible about this person, because you're just like, you're afraid, right, to trust people again. Let me clarify something here. Okay, so in the now, how do they feel about Capricorn? Okay, here's the thing. This person has a similar interest and similar wants in a relationship than you guys do. It's very different energy than the person A, where it's very in your face type of emotions, whereas person B is also, they also have a life on their own. So, and you kind of like that space, you know, you don't really like something that is in your face. You kind of like that face. Sorry, you kind of like that energy, and you like that space because not only do they have a life on their own, and then they also have like inspirations that they want to do for themselves and everything like that. They're also very smart. And they want to have what you want to have in a relationship. So I kind of like see in the future, both of you with person B is going to work towards it, but they're going to be believing it way more than you do before. I mean, I don't know why, man, but like the people that you are dealing with is like they trust you 100%, and they love you more than you do. They love you faster than you do. And they believe in disconnections way faster than you guys do too. So in the future, you guys are still in the Three of Pentacles phase where you wanted to see how you guys collaborate together, how you guys work on things together and everything like that. They're already thinking of building a family with you. They probably would want to move in together with you, or they would want to do a certain type of things that is very, very family related stuff. And person A is going to be feeling Five of Pentacles, like knocking on heaven's door. Yeah. All right, so now let's move on to the pick a card reading. All right, so I have pre-chosen 4 pile of cards. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4. Please, as much as you probably will want to choose multiple pile of cards, please try as much as you can to just focus on one pile of cards, all right? And then, yeah. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4. I'm going to be giving you 20 seconds of full silence so that you guys can concentrate, all right? So let's do this, right? I need to separate this so that I don't get confused. So for those of you who chose pile number 1, you have the 9 of Swords, you have the 4 of Swords, you have the 10 of Wands, and you also have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. This is pretty straightforward though, and I think this also applies for you generally, but your cortisol level or your stress hormone level has been up the roof. How do I know this? Is because you have this Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is the devil inside of our head that kind of like triggers our stress level. You probably are dealing with a lot of insomnia. You're probably having like a little bit of difficulties in having like a really great sound sleep. And why is that so? It's because you're overthinking about a certain type of thing. What is it? Is it a relationship? Is it a work? Is it a career problem? Is it your children matter? Is it your family matter? Whatever that is. You kind of like need to kill the stressors. You fearing over things, you questioning like a lot of things, you overthinking about a lot of things will only make it worse. Why? It's because help is on the way, Capricorn. Again, you could apply to anything, right? But I think this is more general than just love and relationship. Help is on the way, but you need to be on a stage of a Four of Swords. So Four of Swords is when we kind of like not think too much about it. We put our mind to rest, believing that there is a higher working way above our power that will never abandon us, that will never let us down, that will always be there for us. So just know that everything will always get better, and if it doesn't get better, then it's not the end, right? Changes is on the way. I mean, like you have a Four of Swords there with a little bit of helping hands. I mean, this is after tarot, so it's what happens after the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. And then you have a Wheel of Fortune. You have the Jupiter there, ready to expand things, but you need to be ready for changes as well. You know, changes maybe in jobs, maybe changes in career, maybe changes of residencies, changes in a relationship, changes of houses, changes of how you deal with your children, changes in family matters, changes in habits or whatever that is. There's going to be something that you need to to let go of. And it's very, very difficult for you to let go of that because you feel that you have been putting in like a lot of work towards that, and that would be such a bad investment for you as a Capricorn, that you have been investing a lot of times in that, and then now you kind of like have to let it go and not to think a lot about it, right? But trust me, like once you put your thoughts to rest and just like, I'm just gonna see where life takes me, whether it be in your relationship or whatever that is, help is then on the way. Even if you are thinking of doing like a lot of career changes, whatever that is, it's just like help is on the way. Like you don't have to fear that much. You overthinking is causing you so much damage for you physically, not only physically, but also mentally. And if we're talking about relationship and you feel that there's one person in your relationship sector that keep on giving you like a lot of headache, a lot of mind games, a lot of like gaslighting and everything like that, it's time for you to cut that bullshit out of your life, because it brings nothing but good. And you'll probably be feeling like, oh my God, like I wasted so much month, I wasted so much weeks in this, I wasted so much years with this person. I'm not just gonna let it go to waste, right? But I mean, when the stock market collapsed, do you kind of like still hold on to your stocks, or did you sell those? Kind of like worry the same way, you know, Capricorn. If you know that it brings nothing but bad things for you, well, it's kind of like time for you to let it go. The more time you held on to it is the more time wasted. You get what I'm saying? Alright, so that is it if you guys chose pile number 1. I'm sorry for being too in your face, but yeah. Now, for those of you who chose pile number 2, you have the Hangman. Oh, you have 5 cards here because you have 5 cards that fell out. I normally just picked 4 cards. 3 Wands, Page of Pentacles, and also the Queen of Swords. So, regardless of how you feel about what your energy level is like and whatever that is, but like the other parties, especially in your relationship sector, has been feeling that you guys are a bit like a Queen of Swords. So it's a bit detached, it's a bit aloof, right? Regardless of how you want to think about it. I mean, like you could have been looking at this and then you're seeing a totally different thing than what I see here. So, and it's kind of like for a good reason. I mean, you're the Queen of Swords, so before you come into me, you're going to be inspected, you're going to be examined thoroughly by me. But, surprise, surprise, you see how this Queen of Swords is being approached by a butterfly. This tells me that whoever it is that you're dealing with in your relationship, they've changed. Here goes the dislike. Because people really hate it when I talk good things about their partner when they hate their partners. You know what I mean? But it's just that if your ex or whoever it is that you've been dealing with for quite a while and you know that this person is a toxic person, they've changed. They're like the Hangman, they've changed. Somebody has taught them something, or you have taught them something through experiences. And it has already changes. Why? Because it was divinely or godly guided. Tarot card, there's like a lot of changes in here. However, I mean, changes in habits needs 21 days for it to be a permanent change, right? It takes time. But whoever it is that you're dealing with, they've changed. They're trying to change because circumstances forces them to change, and then they're very, very open-minded, Hangman, to see things from a different perspective for them to be eager for that change. So the advice here is that to kind of like give them a thumbs up, a good job, appreciation of the changes that they've done. See this Page of Pentacles? In traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Page of Pentacles is kind of like examining the pentacles, if it's worthy or not. And in this After Tarot, this is the traditional one, right? The Page of Pentacles. And this is the After Tarot. So this guy examining it, and you're like this. So whoever it is that you're dealing with, it's okay for you to give like an appreciation or like a second chance. Maybe not invested in it too much because we have to see how permanent the changes are. But it's there, and just kind of like give them a thumbs up or appreciation. Wow, I really love the changes that I'm seeing here. Well, I really love that you're like this or you're like that. Kind of like appreciate them for the changes that they've made. All right. So that is it if you guys chose pile number 2. Now let's move on to those of you who chose pile number 3. Ace of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and also the Page of Cups. Okay, so in a nutshell, to make it simpler, the conclusion would be try to open up your heart chakras. I mean, you're gonna look probably a little bit silly, a little bit out of your element, but that's okay. Because you guys have been focusing a lot on your pentacles here with the 9 of Pentacles, right? And the 9 of Pentacles is like somebody who cares a lot about their financial stability, financial securities, and everything like that. You've been focusing a lot on this. But then in this after tarot, I mean, in traditional right away, this person is wearing a gloves, right, traditionally. But now she is experiencing touching the grapes with her own bare hands. So welcome this new life experiences ahead of you, because love is coming or love is already there. But you just need to start learning to trust. Similar to in a traditional Rider-Waite tarot, this woman is holding things with her gloves because she is so afraid of probably bacteria or dirt. Take it off and just kind of like experience things. But it's so bad because it's now we're in COVID situation that I'm saying this, but that's just like the analogy of the whole things, okay? Try to experience things a little bit more because you have a 4 of Pentacles. I mean, you've been a little bit stingy and a little bit too calculative about whether I should give this or not. I'm not just going to be giving them my all and everything like that. Well, you don't have to give your all, but at least try to open up just a little bit, because it's nice things coming in here. This is you, not them. They love you genuinely. It's the Ace of Cups there, genuinely. And you would probably not recognize yourself, because when we love somebody and then we get like into a little bit of a small argument, of course we got hurt. Of course you would do like stupid things for this person. But experience things, it's good. Good things coming in your life here. All right, so that is it for those of you who chose pile number 3. Now for those of you who chose pile number 4. This is intense. You have the 7 of Wands. Oh, you have 5 cards here. You have the 10 of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Pentacles. You have the 10 of Wands. And you also have the 5 of Wands here. So let me... Alright. So, for those of you who chose pile number 4, I feel that you have been going through a lot of battle where you haven't been defending yourself that much as you should have had, right? And what is the advice in here is that your overall energy, the reading that we went through earlier, where you guys are much more focusing on the pentacle aspect of the relationship, is good. Well, because of what? Because you've been pushed by a lot of people here. Look at that. This is the advice. Fight back. Fight back. If you have haters, if you have uncles, aunties, or in-laws who are so annoying, or that's your partner, fight back. You're the Queen of Pentacles. You know you're the shit. You know you're the bomb. You know you have so many things to bring to the table, right? You need to learn to love yourself a lot. You need to learn like, wow, I bring this much value. I don't think I deserve to be treated like this. I think I should fight back. And somebody's gonna get hurt. You're probably gonna get hurt too, because you're not used to fighting yourself. Fighting for yourself. Defending yourself. This person may be going to try to throw ultimatums or leave you in the dark and everything like that. But this advice puts so much emphasis on you needing to realize your worth and fight back. I mean, you have a 5 of Wands in here. You know, 5 comes after 4. 4 is something that is very stable. And then it comes 5, right? So sometimes I have this distinct feeling that you probably are afraid to break the status quo or the stability of the relationship or whatever that is. You don't want to do that, but you have to, because you're doing yourself a lot of this service for not fighting back, for just being okay with you being trampled all over. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Yeah, probably them. They didn't see that coming. You'd probably be feeling pity. But at least just show them that you could do that too. You know what I mean? That people can't have that freedom of just trampling all over you. People just can't push you off over the edge of a cliff until what's choices left there to make, Capricorn? The more you let them push you on the edge of the cliff, you're going to fall down. So by the end of the day, whether you want to procrastinate fighting back, you're going to be forced to fight back. All right? So I think that is it for my reading for you, Capricorn. I'm really sorry for the long reading. I really hope that you guys enjoy it and find tons and tons of clarity that you've been looking for. And I really do hope to see you next week for your September reading. All right, bye-bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.